up, Blue Nation? Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm your host, Jonathan, and today, by now you're probably catching the theme. You get three guesses who it is about. Don't look at the name on the bottom. Nah, it's David Banner. Alright, so David Banner is, of course, the Bill Bixby portrayed version of Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk. And it's just, to me, it's always been such an interesting character. Someone who just kind of moved into town. And because when I first discovered the show, I didn't watch it from the very beginning. I discovered it. It was, well, I mean, I wasn't even born when the show went off the air. I was born literally a year before Death of the Incredible Hulk came out. So, I mean, I was alive only for the last of the movies. But I discovered it when I was on Sci-Fi Channel having reruns. My neighbor introduced me to it. And but it was a long time before I finally saw the pilot. And when I would watch it, it was just this guy who had this condition where he'd get angry and he would turn into the Hulk. And instead of being, and he was definitely bitter about it, and you could tell he didn't like it, but he would always put himself in situations where it would be triggered, because despite he could have just went into isolation. He could have just ran. And I get he was trying to find a cure for himself, but he would always go above and beyond to help people. He never turned people away. He never ignored anyone. If someone was in trouble, even though he knew it would bring the Hulk out, he went in and helped them. And when I was a kid, I was like, that's amazing. And I just thought everybody was like that. As I've gotten older and started to see the world and people for what they really are, that's meant so much more to me. The fact that someone just has that much empathy and that much caring in their heart that they put the needs of other people above themselves. Because nobody does that anymore. Nobody. And it just, I don't know, it spoke to me on so many different levels. The fact that even though it causes you physical pain, you still have to help somebody else when they're in need. It doesn't matter who they are, it doesn't matter how much or how little you know them. If you can do something that makes somebody else's life better, you have an obligation to do it, no matter what it costs you. And that is a notion that has just stuck with me. It's caused me a lot of problems in my life, I'll be honest. But I don't know, it's, you look at TV shows from back in the day, from before, like when my mom was a kid, and then you look at shows that are on now, or even when I was kids, and there's you can tell the difference. The difference is black and white, night and day. And the shows back in the day, like The Incredible Hulk, shows like that, they had messages. They were about something. They very much were morality tales, showing you and illustrating to you how to live your life and how to be a better person. TV shows nowadays, I mean, they're dark, they're gritty, they're realistic, but they don't teach you anything. They don't show you, they show you the worst of humanity. They don't show you the best of humanity. And I definitely think that you should see the worst of humanity, because it's important to know how fucked up people can get. And movies in the 70s did that great. They showed us the worst in humanity. But TV, a lot of times, showed us the best, and we don't have anything nowadays that show us the best. It's like somewhere along the line, humanity just became jaded and decided that there is no optimism, there is no best of humanity, that everything is dark and bleak. And it's very, very sad. It's one of the reasons why I like Orville so much. It does show us the best in humanity. It's a bright spot, you know? But David Banner is a dude who, he would sacrifice everything. His own safety, his own freedom potentially, to help other people, just because it was the right thing to do. Not because it was expected of him, not because he had to, but because it was the right thing to do. And I honestly think that he's a shining example of how we as people, we as human beings, should try to operate. We should try to help people, even at our own expense, if that's what it takes. But we don't. We don't do that. But we should. I don't know. He's always been a hero of mine. But this has been Spotlight. I'm Jonathan. Give us legends.